Hi, it's time to cook again. Today I'm going to make a peanut butter Snickers pie. This happens to be one of my friend's favorite pies. She orders it every time we go to this one particular restaurant. So I thought I'd give it a try and see if I can make one just as good that she might enjoy. We're having a dinner party tomorrow night and I always like to do something special for my guests if possible. So it's pretty easy. Here we go. We're going to start with 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, softened. So that goes into the mixing bowl. Like that. 1 cup of peanut butter, creamy. I use creamy. I guess you could use the other. Your choice. I'm using creamy peanut butter. Okay, get all of that in there. All right, I think we're good there. Almost. Don't want to waste anything. Okay, now we need 1 cup of granulated sugar. 1 tablespoon of melted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, of course, okay, you know me, I always have to add just an extra drop. Alright, and we're going to mix this together until it's smooth. Okay, here we go in my purple mixer. Let that mix for a few minutes. And speed up a little bit. And scrape down the sides of the bowl because we want everything incorporated. Turn the speed up a little. So we're going to beat this till it's creamy, and since it's kind of noisy, I'm going to do that and then I'll be right back. Okay, that is creamed now. It looks really nice and creamy, as you can see. I'm going to take that off and set it aside. And now I have a cup of heavy cream in this bowl. And I'm going to beat that until it's stiff peaks. And then we'll fold them together. So here we go again, and because it's noisy, I'll see you shortly. Okay, the whipped cream is beaten to stiff peaks. So now we have a creamy peanut butter mixture. Get all that off the ladle. Okay, and we're going to fold in the whipped cream in 2 parts. So first I'm going to take about half of the whipped cream. There was nothing added to it, it was just whipping cream that I beat to stiff peaks. Okay, we're going to fold this in to the peanut butter mixture. And we've talked about folding before, but in case you haven't forgotten, you start in the center and you pull out to the sides, and then you rotate your pan and you keep going around like that until you get it all incorporated. This way you don't beat all the air out of the whipped cream. It still stays light and fluffy, which is what you want. Okay, just going to keep doing that. And then when this is pretty well incorporated, we'll add the other half. Makes it a little bit easier doing it in 2 parts. Okay. Now I love peanut butter, and when someone first mentioned peanut butter pie, I thought, you know, that just doesn't make any sense. That's just wrong. But I tasted it because I have a rule, 1 taste. If you don't like it, fine, but at least you tasted it. That's our family rule. And it was delicious. And of course, adding the Snickers, or you could even add Reese's peanut butter cups if you wanted, depending on what your favorite is. Today I'm doing Snickers. Okay. Alright, so I got everything out. I'm going to finish folding this, just like I said, from the center to the side, and then you rotate your bowl, and you keep doing that till it's incorporated. I'll make a nice light and fluffy peanut butter pie. Okay. Now I'm going to scrape off the sides of my spatula, make sure I get it all. It's almost done. Now what I'm going to do, I have taken some Snickers candy bars. I got the little minis, so it'd be smaller pieces, and I've chopped them up. And you just add however many you want till it looks good. Of course, the more the merrier, but you don't want it too heavy. So I'm going to incorporate this. That's probably 2/3 of a cup. Again, do whatever you'd like, because I'm going to end up putting some more on top. those in. You can always add a few more if you wish. Okay, now what I'm going to do, it calls for a graham cracker crust. Normally I make my own. I thought, why reinvent the wheel? I bought one. So I'm going to put about half of this into the crust. Just give a little coating on the bottom, spread it around. I don't know where the term gild the lily came from, but I guess I'm gilding the lily because I'm going to do a few different things here. Taking it up a notch, as some people say, and you all know who I'm talking about. Okay, now I have ground up some chocolate cookie crumbs. I'm going to sprinkle those around now so it's kind of in the middle of the pie. Now I just took some Oreos, ground them up in my food processor. I think it'll be good. I mean, how bad can it be, right? I don't know too many people that don't like Oreos anyway. Okay, so I've got a layer of that. Okay, now I'm going to add the rest of the peanut butter pie mixture. I'll spread that around, trying to keep all the cookie crumbs in place, if possible. I mean, peanut butter and chocolate, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? Get the mixture out to the edge. And this is easy, right? Don't even bake it, it goes in the fridge. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get everything off of there. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is make a chocolate, not a ganache, but a topping for this, and then I'm also gonna make a peanut butter sauce that I drizzle across. So I'm gonna get those ingredients together, and as soon as I do, I'll be back and we'll make that together. Okay, for the chocolate part of the topping, I have 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I happen to use the mini ones. Use whichever ones you have. That's what I have. And 3 tablespoons of coffee. Okay, if you haven't heard this yet, coffee and chocolate, it just brings out the flavor of the chocolate. It's in most of my chocolate recipes. So we're doing 3 tablespoons of coffee. And now we're going to put this in the microwave for 1 to 2 minutes so that it all melts. So I'll be right back. Okay, the chocolate has melted. You don't want to over melt it. In other words, don't put it at 2 minutes. Start with 1 and then just stir, and you'll end up with a nice glossy chocolate. If you overcook it, it could seize and you have to start all over. So there it is. I'm just letting it cool a little bit, and I'm going to make the peanut butter sauce. I have 1/4 cup peanut butter in my pan. I'm going to add 1/4 cup condensed milk. Okay. That in there. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. I'm going to put this on the stove and let it all come together. Let the peanut butter melt and the milk mix and the vanilla, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, got my chocolate. Got another stir. I'm going to kind of drizzle. Actually, this might need to be a little bit thinner, so I'm going to add a little more coffee to it. Just a little at a time until I get it the way I want it. Okay, I'm just going to kind of run this across, and I'll smooth it out a little bit. Chocolate and peanut butter, like I said, doesn't get much better. And you know what? Nothing has to be perfect on this. This is just good food. Good indulgent food, so have fun with it. Get a little bit more on here. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is the peanut butter, evaporated milk, and vanilla has melted, and I'm going to kind of drizzle it, hopefully, across the top. Again, like I said, gilding the lily. You probably don't have to do any of this, but that's what I'm going to do. A little bit more over here. It all could have went in one spot. Again, play with it, have fun. Okay, now I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to take my knife and kind of pull through it so it gives a little bit of a design. And you can go in different directions. Just going to make it pretty. And you can pull that one out a little bit more. Okay, see where I'm going with this so far? Pretty. And now I'm going to dump some Snickers right in the middle. How fun is that? Just so everybody knows what it is and gets one little extra piece of Snickers. And that's it. Now whether this will last until tomorrow night's dinner, I don't know, but it's cute and I think it'll be delicious and I hope you try it. Enjoy.